This might be the current state of Clorinde. I'd like to talk about this upcoming Fontaine Champion Duelist, the new generation of Electro DPS. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I am the Fool's Traveler. Clorinde appears in the main storyline as a quiet big sister. She speaks even less than the aloof servant with very few lines of dialogue. Some netizens criticize Clorinde's appearance, saying her face is as big as a plate, and she's as fat as a cow. However, my friends and I really like Clorinde and have been eagerly anticipating her release. We all think she is a beautiful, full-figured character. However, appearance isn't really something worth discussing. Aesthetics are very subjective. Ever since Clorinde's E-skill duration was nerfed in the test server, complaints have been rampant on both Bilibili and YouTube, with many saying she's been ruined. Personally, I think her damage output was already too low even before the E-skill duration issue, especially since she was released right after the high DPS servant. The difference is just too great. Alright, let's take a look at what a max level C0 Clorinde generally looks like. In this Splitter Gladiator set, Attack 1615, Elemental Mastery 108 Extend, Crit Rate 17.5%, Crit Damage 220.4%, Electro Damage Bonus 50.6%. Next, let's simulate her damage rotation in the game. Let's start with Aggravate. First, we deploy Thistle to apply Electro, then Kazuha to swirl and increase Electro damage while reducing enemy Electro resistance. Next, we have Nahida apply Seeds and use her burst to boost Elemental Mastery. Finally, we switch back to Clorinde to use her E-skill for damage. At this point, her first talent is stacked 2 to 3 times, resulting in a single piercing shot dealing about 20,600 ITXs to 24,000 damage. Although it's a bit vague, we now have a general idea of Clorinde's damage in our minds. Next, let's incorporate this into the official demonstration video. We can see that in the official demonstration, the primary rotation is 3 piercing shots followed by a longsword thrust. This is because the piercing shot is only triggered when the bond of life is below 100%. Each shot accumulates 35%, so 3 shots reach 105. The thrust can release all accumulated bond of life points to achieve healing and trigger the second talent's crit rate boost, allowing Clorinde to return to her initial piercing shot attack, maximizing the damage rotation. Each E-skill use can roughly result in 12 piercing shots for thrust attacks and 1 thunder strike. The maximum buffs from teammates are effective for about the first 4 seconds, resulting in a total damage of around 360,325. You might say this damage isn't bad at all, and she can fight without a shield or healer. Even when her health is in good condition, she can choose not to use the thrust and keep shooting, which should easily hit flying targets. Sounds pretty good. However, this team is very skill dependent. If the enemies are too strong and can't be killed within 1 E-skill use, Nahida's Seeds can easily override the Electro, and the swirl might fail. Especially when Nahida's burst is active, the seed trigger interval is shorter, making the output very unstable. What should we do then? Replace Nahida with Baizhu. Regardless of the seed's output, Baizhu with 40,000 HP and Nahida with 800 Elemental Mastery provide similar benefits. However, I don't recommend new players or returning players with limited resources to pull for Baizhu unless you plan to pair him with Hydro Archon in Clorinde's team. You say you have Baizhu, but maybe it's just Aggravate that's weak? Since Clorinde's talents and skills, unlike the Servant, don't have a specific amplification mechanism for ends, damage significantly increases by just boosting attack. Therefore, perhaps only the Hydro Archon in the current version can significantly enhance her. But since Clorinde can't be healed by teammates under the Hunter's Vigil, and she doesn't lose health by E or Q skill, the Hydro Archons fan their stacks slowly. In high-pressure environments, it might even kill Clorinde, who originally had good survival abilities. Therefore, a C0 Hydro Archon might have a limited effect. Shall we try Overload then, with Chef Yu, Xiangling Lip and Kujo Sara? Well, the numbers are disappointing. Why not use Bennett? Because Bennett isn't good at continuous pyro application and limited by a small circle, Xiangling is more ideal. Currently, I don't know if C6 Chef Yus can affect Clorinde who can't be healed. I hope someone with C6 chef use and the servant can help clarify this. So, the damage itself is already low and reducing the E-skill duration is just adding insult to injury. How Clorinde doesn't mind. Shall we look forward to Clorinde's future then? Perhaps a major support for the Bond of Life will appear soon. Siegwind, who was supposed to be that major support, currently seems undefined in design. She might be meant to pair with the Hydro Archon even though the official demonstration showed her assisting the Hydro Dragon by generating orbs. This further limits Clorinde's future. I guess there won't be any new characters for the Bond of Life for a long time. The reason is simple: Natlin is coming soon, and Natlin characters are likely to have their own combat system just like Fontaine characters have their health and healing system. They might also have a bond of attack similar to the Bond of Life, which could be incompatible with Clorinde. Additionally, I won't claim that this calculator is completely accurate, but it still has significant reference value. Knowing how to use it well can save you a lot of trouble. After all this, should returning or new players pull for Clorinde? I think she'll definitely be fun. If you like her, go ahead and pull. If you're only looking at strength, returning players might skip her, but new players could consider it. She can deal damage, heal, and even hit flying targets, which is rare. Thank you all for watching and see you next time.